Welcome, and welcome to an offshoot Spires of Triarch episode, wherein we're actually playing in Triarch for the first time. I am Merkrai, also known as Patrick, your DM for the night. If we could go ahead and get introductions from the top down here, starting with the other Patrick.
My name is Patrick, and I am playing Safine, a stout halfling druid.
I am Sean, and I will be playing Tejan Wargoth, a Blood Hunter, Order of the Lycan human.
Matthew. I will be playing Alpha Jorari, a Earth Genasi Arcane.
And I'm Zach, and I'll be playing Restier Mechsmith. It's a Shadowfey Artificer.
Alrighty. These individual characters will all be members of a group of scouts called the Harriers. As some setting information, this takes place on the back of Grand Sarshu, a gigantic tortoise who is walking around the circle of a miles-wide basin. The scouts are basically loyal to the nearby capital of Triarch, which is in the dead center of the basin, and they act as transporters, messengers, scouts, hunters, both of monsters and fugitives, and just kind of all in all everything that might be needed at the time. So enter the scene. It is currently nighttime. In terms of the calendar, it would be right around second dusk. Grand Sarshu is walking along, and for anyone who would be looking towards the front end of this giant tortoise, you would see a lantern swinging off of a tree branch like protrusion coming off of his shell, and it's almost like he is swimming through a sea of fog. In the southwest, to the south of this valley basin, is what's called the Foglands. And Sarshu is actually tall enough that he kind of stands over the fog, and the lantern just kind of lights the way, as well as provides a beacon signal so people can keep track of time. Grand Sarshu, the giant tortoise, travels with immense regularity, and so the capital city actually uses him for keeping track of time, and they actually normalized time based on his movement patterns. Anyone who would like to volunteer for a watch this evening?
I volunteer for watch.
Alrighty. Well, what I'd like you to do, just make me a general perception check.
Seven.
Well, this is actually kind of hard to miss, but, you know, there's always things in the details. Right around the time that Grand Sarshu would typically stop and kind of munch on some vegetation, you see a flash of red lightning almost dead ahead, and you hear a crack of thunder, but you're having a hard time, seeing if there's anything else out there. What do you do?
Is red lightning common?
Definitely not.
ooh! I better go tell someone. And I run off to find the. I guess.
Looking for just a superior or a watch captain or something?
Yeah,
like
someone
that?
in charge of me.
Okay. You bump into pretty much your superior on staff. He's a middle-aged human. Okay. I don't quite have a name for him, but we'll call him Terran, for lack of anything else. What is it? What's going on?
I saw some red crackle lightning. I think is.
Do you think it's some rogue mage?
Yes.
Show me. Do you remember where it was? He'll start following you if you.
Of course I remember where it was. I have a mind like a steel trap. Stone trap. I don't like steel. It's harsh.
All right, so you get back out to the watch post, which Grand Sarshu is again really tall. He kind of hovers above the clouds. The fog maybe comes up to about the halfway point on his shell. And looking out in front of you, go ahead and make another perception check.
Can you roll for me? My dice just landed underneath my desk.
You actually rolled a nat 20 this time, man.
Tight.
So, the two of you looking out ahead, you don't see red lightning anymore. However, what you do see ahead of you is this gigantic spire. And you've never seen anything like this before in your time. And now Grand Sarshu kind of travels around the outside of this basin. The tower's actually a little bit towards your left. Grand Sarshu travels counterclockwise, and so this would be a little bit more, for lack of a better word, inland, in terms of where the basin is. The spire actually towers taller than Grand Sarshu, and you can see at the top of it a glowing red light. Make an Arcana check, please. Hello.
24.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can actually sorry, I was just putting the image of Grand Sarshu on the display here. So you sense an immense amount of magical power coming from this tower. It's kind of hard to tell like what school, but it's definitely something of concern. And Terran just ponders for a second, squinting at it. He's a human, so he doesn't have great night eyesight. Go wake Esme.
You know, I know what that is. I know it's they call it a forever building, because it gets really high. I'm gonna go get.
Go wake Esme. This is important.
Okay, going. Um, where is Esme?
You idiot, just head to the captain's office.
Okay. I thought you were my captain. Wait.
I'm
Okay,
just
no, I'll go. I know where it is. It's okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
I'm gonna like this guy.
You make me think of Korg. Or whatever his name was from Guardians of the Galaxy. Or the Thor movie. Anyhow. Is anyone else up on the evening watch?
Is there multiple like sections?
Yes.
Um,
I'll be up and around, tinkering with gadgets, I guess.
Okay. For you, I'd like you to just make an Arcana check.
What's advantage on Arcana if you have a skill in it? Plus,
So advantage is you roll twice and take the higher, but if you have proficiency,
that's what
you
I
just
mean.
add your proficiency bonus to the roll.
How would I figure out my proficiency bonus?
If you have it checked, then your proficiency bonus should be on your character sheet. I think level 10 gets a proficiency, or sorry, level 7 gets a proficiency bonus of 3. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong.
I'm supposed to be skilled in
If you're proficient in Arcana, then you simply need your proficiency bonus, which, yes, would be a +3 on top of whatever your stat is. How much intelligence do you have?
14 plus 2, so 16.
Yep. So, +2, roll a d20 and add 5.
12 with
Okay.
the modifier.
Gotcha. You definitely sense something's out there beyond the tortoise. It's something new, something you haven't seen before, and it has your phase senses tingling.
I guess I will run to the group to tell them what's happening.
Okay. Shortly after, you start noticing a little bit more hustle and bustle for this time of night. People are scurrying around, and you pass by the captain's office, and you encounter her storming out of her office, like just putting on a leather coat for she was woken up from an early rest, and trotting behind her would be hold on, I forgot your forgot your character's name.
Alpha.
Afa. And my apologies there. So encountering the captain, do you do anything, say anything?
Me?
Zach.
I'll say, what's wrong, ma'am?
There's something apparently out there, some sort of tower or spire. A lot of magical energy coming off it.
I sensed about the same thing, ma'am.
Let's go take a look. You're with me.
We'll follow her.
As you go back out to the watch post, you see this kind of not a vortex, but you definitely see coalescing magical energy charging up around this tower, and then all of this red magic just shrinks in towards the tower, shoots down, and you see a ripple heading towards the northeast. And it's almost like someone set off like a det cord or something like that. You just hear this rumble, and a line of fire that's rather jagged runs off to the northwest and has lit up the forest on fire. Almost directly below you, you can see, well, not below you, but below the tower, you can see an orange glow coming from the fog bank. You're relatively to the edge of it. Grand Sarshu typically stops to eat a little bit past the fog bank. On its path around the basin. But you now see the eastern forest has been lit ablaze. And go ahead and everyone present make a perception check.
Now, is it sight or sound?
It's gonna
Or
be
sight
sight.
and smell?
It's
Sorry,
gonna
sight and smell.
it's gonna be sight. You're gonna start smelling burning wood.
Okay, I have advantage on those.
I got a 17.
Damn. What was it? Perception?
Yes.
Just to make sure I'm doing this right, I rolled d20 and then I had my wisdom modifier, right?
Yes. And if
I
you're
don't have any
proficient,
skills in it. Okay,
then you add the proficiency modifier. Yep.
16.
Gotcha.
Okay,
So those of you who are out there, if you follow the visual line of fire that has just sparked up in the forest, you can actually see off in the distance a light starting to rise up out of the ground. And you don't hear it because it's kind of too far off, but you can, especially those of you who have any sort of night vision, dark vision, you can see this other tower rising up out of the ground. And the wall of fire that is between the two towers is now kind of between you guys and the capital city, because Grand Sarshu is continuing to walk around the edge. Esme Taraman, the captain of and de facto leader of the Harriers, and you don't really see a look of concern on her face. She's always very stern, but this is genuine worry. And she turns and starts barking orders, and she points to Terran. She says, "You, gather the druids, start working on getting this fire put out." She'll turn to Afa, and she'll say, "Gather an expedition force. Get your... who should I send? You got any suggestions? We need to get a message out."
Can I be one?
That's perfectly fine. Just
Yes,
get one
I'm
of the
in.
Just get one of the expedition leaders. This could be bad.
Expedition leaders. Got it. Right.
Speaking of expedition leaders, I'm guessing Edgelord McEdgelordson is heading out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Um,
as you run down the stairs,
where are the expedition leaders?
you hear that sigh that you hear from so many of your superiors.
I'm just gonna follow.
Get moving.
Yep. Gonna go.
You turn around, you start running down the stairs, and you literally run face first into T-Gen.
Like physically ran into me.
Yes.
Something that I'm probably used to.
From her, yes.
Yeah. He looks. How tall are you?
Oh shoot! I wrote that down somewhere. 5'9".
Okay, so he kind of looks down as he's used to you bumping into him ever so often because you probably don't pay attention, correct?
Oh, I pay plenty of attention.
And
I'm just really in a hurry, T-Gen. Okay, are you gonna help me?
What did Keshme say? Did you say anything about the what was it called again? The Esme. What was she looking for?
Expedition leaders. I don't know who they are. I've only ever been on expeditions. I've never made an expedition.
All right, he kind of does the whole face palm.
I'm more of an expedition follower, not so much an expedition leader.
As she probably turns and walks away from me, I just follow her every time, and he whispers that to himself.
I just keep going down the stairs.
Alrighty. Safine,
Yes.
you and many of the other druids are often housed in an enclave, a portion of this fort called Kair Simodal that is kind of nestled below the largest tree-like protrusion on its back. The druids, by and large, are responsible for tending to the life cycle and plant life on the back of Grand Sarshu. And typically they just kind of keep to themselves. You are actually, however, a part of the Harriers, so more often than not, you more than the other druids are called for some sort of duty. As it's the evening, there's not much for you to do, but in comes Taryn, who is again one of the watch supervisors, and instead of looking specifically for you, you notice that he's actually looking around the room.
I'm down here. Hello. Yes.
Hey, Safine, how's it going?
Why is Grand Sharsu? Why does it feel weird in the air? What's happening?
The eastern forest is ablaze, and 2 towers have risen out of the ground. I need you to gather up as many of the druids as possible. And have you seen the Arc Druid?
No. She, not in a few days.
He is always missing. Alright. Gather up as many of the druids as possible. We're gonna have to form a fire extinguishing trip, so to speak. Lots of very worrisome things are going on. I just gather up the druids, get them ready to mobilize. I'm gonna go find the other scouts, and we're gonna have to address some things down on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. I would then immediately just kind of go to where the other druids are located if I know where, because I know half of us are asleep, half of us are awake, just tending to the trees and the gardens.
Yep.
So I just find them as much as I can.
All right. So you're able to gather up the druids and kind of bring them out into the central gathering areas. I mean, Grand Starshoe is large. There's about 600 to 800 people on its back. Some of them are just simply civilians who have decided to live in this outpost. Some of them are druids. Many of them are scouts. There's quite a wide variety. There are also a large number of crafters to harvest the shell wood and machine it and work with those things. So you've gathered the druids, and as you are just wrapping up and probably doing some sort of head count, Esme travels down from the watchtower. She's like, "Good. Everyone, the Eastern Forest is ablaze. I need all of the highest and eldest druids to work on working weather spells. We need to get this blaze out, or the entire forest may go up." That would be well above your head in terms of magical abilities.
Well, I mean, I do have a wall of water. I'm not gonna brag or anything.
And she actually turns to you in specific. Safine, I need you to go with Tijin.
Are we leaving? Are we going out?
Yes, I'm sending out an expedition. We need to get a message to the capital as soon as possible.
Okay. I'll grab my things.
Okay. Tijin.
Yes. I'm gonna say right now, I'm like trying to talk to Alpha and be like, what is it? The captain, basically? Esme is the captain,
Esme is the captain, yes.
and I'm trying to talk to her and say, what did the captain say? Is it? You do know that I'm one of the scouts. Or leaders or whatever.
Are you asking Esme or are you asking Alpha?
I'm asking Alpha because I'm following her
Gotcha.
while she's probably wandering aimlessly.
Look, I haven't been here that long, to be honest. I'm just kind of sort of doing what I'm told, but also I'm kind of a rebel, but not really because I'm really scared. I really just want people to like me, but you know that we've done this plenty of times
We've
before.
worked together.
Exactly, I know. So I feel like I could really open up to you, and that's really important to me. So I gotta tell you, I don't know anything about giant forever towers. That was a lie. I feel really bad about it, but I wanted him to think that I knew what was going. I'm really trying to be impressive. I just want people to like me, but you know that. We've already talked about that. So, we have to go get an expedition party. I told you that.
He's just getting a migraine at this point.
Wait, you're an expedition leader, right?
Yes,
God, dang it.
we've been
Okay,
through
I'm just gonna
this
follow you then.
multiple times.
Right.
Where?
Um,
Am
I
I
don't know.
reporting
That
to
sounds.
Kim or am
That
I
sounds like.
reporting to Esme?
It sounds like not to be rude, It sounds like something a leader does, though. I'm not really sure. I'm just a.
Okay, follow me then. And I
Yes.
try to go whatever direction.
Okay. So taking off, huh? You head back off in the direction that Esme went, which was the central courtyard. You weren't terribly far from that. You were just kind of, trailing off and going literally who knows where. And you see Esme barking orders back and forth, hollering at people, gather supplies. She's yelling at the druids to start working the weather. And then she turns to the eldest druid she can find, and she just says, "Prine, uh, excuse me. Um, I just totally blanked on his name, and I've been writing his name several times this last week. Someone find me Vinistialar. Anyone? Hello?" The druids are just kind of like shuffling around and doing what they can. Some of them already have some ritual supplies working on, drawing down the sigils and whatnot that they need to start their weather spells to bring in rain clouds. Esme just sighs. She turns to you and says, "Good, someone with some sense. Can you find the Archdruid?"
Right away. What is the situation?
The Eastern Forest is ablaze, and two towers that we've never seen before have just lit it up. Some line of fire going between them.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else to report?
Start thinking of who you're going to want for a scouting party, because we're going to need to get a message to the capital fast.
Ooh, me. I want to come. Can I come, please? Hey, me.
Um. Yeah. If there's no one else, I'll take. Is
No
Safina
one.
around?
No one else. You're such a joker.
Is Safina around?
oh, Tejan. Tejan, you're so funny.
I'm ignoring
I
her.
love your jokes. Oh my god. Esme, of course he's
Tim,
gonna ask me to come with him.
is Timothy around? And he looks and he probably sees Timothy working because he's a druid too. Just looking. And he's like, oh, he's busy. Fuck. He says that underneath his breath. Ugh.
You feel a kind of tapping on your shin. Mr. Tejan, I was told that I'm going to be with you for this expedition.
Okay. Good. First choice. He pats her on the head. Good to have you.
Please don't do that.
Anyone else? I'm guessing I'm looking around and everyone else seems to be busy, and I'm like reluctant. Like, okay, Alpha. All right.
I'm gonna be sitting by a tree and just like tinkering on my rapier.
Is he actually around, or the Arcanist, or not Arcanist?
Yeah.
Artificer.
Professor. Do I know him? Is he a new person?
How new to the organization are you? Would you say, Snips?
I've just come in from exile from the Shadow Fae, and I'm coming in to learn like the basic technology that they have in the Harriers to kind of advance my own technology. I kind of just stay alone and do my own thing most of the time, unless they need me, and when they need me, I support them.
Okay. What's your name again? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Rest here.
I ask, Esme is next to me, right?
She has stormed off, barking more orders, and also still looking for Vinistilar himself.
Okay. I shout out, Rookie with me. Kind of echoing my voice over to Restier. I'm sorry, if you could spell it out inside chat, it would be so much
That's
better.
okay. Yeah, I'll spell it right quick.
Okay. Restier.
Yeah, there you go. I'll just what Ricky you're talking about, and I'll just keep looking at my gadget, not really paying him any mind.
Well, it's gonna be one of these missions.
So in all fairness, he is a Shadow Fae, and Shadow Fae kind of don't share human concerns.
Yeah.
They're a little bit eccentric in that regard.
I walk up to him and say, "How bored are you right now?"
I'm not very bored at all, actually. I'm working on an infusion for my rapier.
Good to know. Guess what? You're coming with me, and then I turn around and walk off.
I guess it'll be good battle practice. I'll walk up and walk behind him.
Alrighty. Trying to find Vinistilar. Make me a perception check. You've probably smelled him before.
Ooh, I did really good. One of them was a natural one. Total
Hell yeah.
is +6. 24.
All right. You actually are able to pick up relatively quickly where he is. He's out on the head of Grand Sarshu. So you're gonna need to basically. There's some ropes that kind of go off the front of his shell and down to his neck, and then you can travel out to the head.
Okay. I head over there.
You get out there. Go ahead and make another basic perception check. No smell included.
Sight.
Just sight.
Oh, good. I have advantage on that too. 23.
You actually have a hard time finding him.
Well, yeah, I don't have really dark vision. Oh. Squinting my eyes. I just
You're just on a very, very large tortoise head right now, but you smell him. You know he's here. It smells like plants and kind of grime and sweat.
okay.
He's a
I don't
druid.
know what else to do.
So, standing around for a little bit, trying to figure out.
I yell at his name.
Huh? You hear him respond, and a rock that you're literally standing next to just kind of like stands up, and you realize that he was just kind of sitting there wrapped in a cloak.
Ah, finally
He
found you.
looks up at you, and he looks, probably akin to a 12-year-old boy. He's about 3'9". Like he's pretty short, like even really short for a 12-year-old. But he's like, oh, hey you, I know you. What do you need?
I was ordered by Esmir to come to you.
About what?
I don't know, some lightning, the towers, and I point to one of the towers that are probably jetting out into fucking the sky.
Yeah, it's kind of the point where Starshoe's steps, like, there, he's kind of past it, and then there's the line of fire that goes out to the northeast. He looks at it, and his eyes just kind of go wide. He's like, he's like, that's wow. I never thought I would see this again in my lifetime.
Again.
So, most people think that the Arc Druid is a little bit crazy because he often spins tales of living for thousands of years, and like he remembers when Grand Sarshu was his size and things like that. And most people think that he's just being like a humorous old gnome grandpa. But, you know, while other people humor him, some people take him seriously. Esme happens to be one of them. So make of that what you will. It's like,
Is he going on a tangent right now?
No, he's not. He's just looking at a, like, he's almost like, he looks like he's lost in memory, almost.
Sir, what can we do to stop this? I kind of speak up from behind Tejan because I'm
Safine?
so fucking small.
He looks over at you and he's like, I don't know if anything can stop it, but the last time these towers were here, we've got to hurry. And with that quick, he darts past you, grabs onto a rope, and he's like literally launching himself up the rope, just pulling so much that he's literally jumping into the air, just by sheer force of his hands. He darts up and over the turtle shell and runs towards the center of the outpost.
I just want you guys to know that when he was a rock, I knew he was a rock. Because like I'm basically a rock too. So like I'm serious. Like try to pick me up. Try to pick me up.
Why didn't you say anything, Alfie?
It's just try to pick me up. It'll be fun. Come on, just it'll be fun.
I don't
I
want
shove
you.
past her and head towards where the other person is, and I mumble to myself, "Oh my god, it was so much easier when I was with her." And I just keep going.
I'm really heavy. I don't look like it though. It's kind
Wait,
of cute.
Tejan, I'm coming too. Wait, you're too fast. I'm short.
I really did know that he was a
Pick
rock.
up, what's her name? Your character. I picked
Safine.
I picked up Savine and placed her on my shoulder.
Wee.
Could definitely not do that with me because I am so heavy.
I don't care, Alfie.
It's Alpha.
Don't care.
And then I just follow.
All right. So, following back to the middle of town, you can easily imagine exactly where Vinistular is heading, and you head towards the captain's office. And you find both Esme and Vinistular in there. Tejan, come in.
I set down Safine, and then I walk in all proper and say, "Your orders?"
We need to get a message to the capital. But there's a problem. You know that wall of fire?
The one that's behind the turret? Yes. Sorry.
It's between us and the capital. We have just a few options. You're going to be leading this expedition, so I'm going to leave it to your call how you want to go. Based on where this is, or where the blaze is, we have maps of some of the underground tunnels. You may be able to make it to an entrance before the blaze overtakes it. If you can make it to the entrance, you can travel underground to the capital, or at least get under the fire line.
Oh my god, stop. You had me at tunnels. Tijin, can we take the tunnels?
The alternative,
Ignoring her.
we can try and go. You can try and go around the blaze. You would have to backtrack. You would pass close to this tower, which we have no idea what's there at the base of the tower. But then you're going to have to loop around the tower and, again, head to the capital. And at this point, that's going to take a much longer trip. The alternative, if we can get these druids to act fast enough and work their weather magic, we may be able to pierce straight through the blaze and try and get to the capital. This would be the fastest, but it's potentially the most dangerous. I had a scout run down towards the blaze, and when they got back, they reported seeing many rampaging elementals. These aren't bound by the flame or by the planes of fire. These are just raw magic manifesting fresh. And at the desk you see the Arc Druid Finistilar finishing writing a letter. You see him with his quill pen, he just scribbles off his name, and he hops off the table, grabs the paper, walks around, and he hands you the sheet. Like, you need to get this to the magistrate and nobody else.
What?
Esme turns and says, "Well, Captain, what are you going to do?"
I'll speak up behind him and I'll say, I'm one for the tunnels.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Yes! Mmm. Tunnels.
I look at Sofa and says, "Is there anything you could do with the flames?"
No. No, not really.
That's a pity. And then I nod at the Esme and say, "Your will be done."
Then get going. I assume you're taking all of these with you?
Since everyone else is busy. And I turn away, start heading wherever down is.
Alright. So, grabbing the Artificer, the Druid, and the Archer, you work your way out towards the rear edge of Gran Sarshu. And many locations around the edge have a number of ropes that are used for going up or down or catching cargo. It's almost like a reverse, what do they call the system, where they would lift up a balloon, have a helicopter come by and snag the rope. It's like that, but almost the opposite. They dangle a hook, and as Gran Sarshu is coming by on this predictable pattern, they'll latch cargo onto the hook for you to pick up and deliver. So you're able to rappel down and get down to ground level. Grand Sarshu is out of the fog bank at this point. You have been given the location of the tunnel entrance. It is relatively close to the fire line, so you've got to proceed with haste if you're gonna try and use the tunnels.
Since Grand Sharashun is always walking, and we're kind of climbing down the rope one at a time, how far apart are we when we hit the ground?
There would be a number of ropes that you can take, or there's potentially a pulley system where you can just kind of like all lower at once. There's lots of different options. Grand Sarshu's not quite been industrialized, but there's a lot of tools available. Otherwise, like if you did go one at a time, depending on when he's taking a step, you could end up being like a few 100 feet apart.
Okay, cool. So I'll
Or
make sure.
sometimes a little bit more. It can be hard to guess. It really depends on how much time you spend and if he's in the middle of a step or if he's resting. Probably at this point, actually, he's come to a rest because it's close to. Probably be close to third dawn. Yeah, it's close to third dawn.
All right, cool. When I hit the ground, I'm gonna immediately kind of kneel down. I'll clutch my staff and say a little prayer to Grand Sharshun before I leave.
Okay. Tijin, I'm guessing you want to hit the ground running?
Yeah.
Alright. Is everyone picking up with them?
Yep.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So I would like everyone to make probably a general athletics check.
Oh no.
Do you want it in chat? You want us to tell?
Just let me know if you get lower than a 10.
Okay.
Oh,
Woo. That plus 6. 10.
oh no.
And I'm strong too.
Alright.
Do I help pick you up this time?
A little bit. I trip a little bit as like just
You're trying to hit the
too
ground
used-
running and you trip over a branch.
You trip over me while I'm praying. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
there
sorry, I
you
didn't
go.
mean to be in your way.
Alrighty. Restier. Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
What'd
I
you roll?
rolled. If we go with athletics, I got a 16.
Alrighty. So you're all able to keep pace. You're not terribly far from the wall line. Probably. I'm ballparking a good 30-40 minute hike if you're keeping a good jogging pace. And it really is kind of easy to find the landmarks, especially with the towers now, or this tower nearby present. You kind of know where you're going on a regular basis, even more so even, for it being in the dark. You're trying to reach a certain spot, so at this point I'd like everyone to make a survival check for finding the entrance to the cave.
15.
16.
16.
11.
So 16 was the highest?
I think so. 16 was the highest.
Gotcha. So you're having a hard time finding it, and you feel the heat from the blaze getting closer.
Are there any animals around us? Or are they all like fleeing from the fire?
If any animals are nearby, they are definitely fleeing.
Okay.
Go ahead and make another attempt.
Would I have advantage on this?
What was that?
Would I have advantage on this?
Just for finding a cave? Do you have a racial effect to that?
Nah, not really. I'm just of the earth.
Not natural 20.
Okay. So Sophian's able to find it. It takes a little bit, you look at the map, and then you realize that you had the map upside down.
Dejan, come on. Clearly says north, not west.
And you're able to find the entrance to the cave. It is a little bit less than a cave entrance and more you find an area that's kind of like a rocky crag, and if you climb down towards the bottom you basically squeeze into a tunnel system.
Okay.
But according to your mappings, it will take you to the other side of the blaze once it lets out.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and start using rope. Climb down.
Okay, and you're able to get down there without too much of an
Okay.
issue. So, the entire Triarch Basin, there's an extensive network of caves and tunnels under it. However, in most cases, they're covered up or caved in. However, there are expeditions into the tunnels to try and find, whether it's technology, treasures, whatever have you. So some people make an effort to try and map them out or loot them. This happens to be one that the scouts have observed, and they explored a little bit, found a very quick exit, so they marked it as, hey, here's an underground tunnel, quite simply. So here's how it's going to work. It would normally take you 5 days overground to get to the capital on foot. Underground, because you're mostly just spending a short time cutting under and then going back above ground and continuing your journey, will take you maybe 6 days, but you have the risk of getting lost. Overground, if you were to go around the blaze, it probably was estimating to take you about 10 days. So, I would like someone to volunteer. We're going to go as day 1. And roll me a d10 for an encounter.
Mr. Expedition Leader, do you want to take
Yep.
charge?
D10s. Who does that shit? Oh, 9.
Well, you find your way into the cave, and looking around, you see a number of tunnels. And it's not very clear because the map that you have on hand, quite simply, just has a couple of scraggly lines out in alternate paths, but they're kind of marked as dead ends. But they don't seem to match up with your map. You are lost for the time being. Go ahead and roll once more.
Can I actually try to do something?
Sure.
Is there any living creatures besides us in these cave networks?
Not
So I can
you.
cast locate Locate animals or plants.
You don't really encounter anything right now. If you were to cast that, you definitely get a feeling that you know where the outside is.
Damn. Okay. Thank you.
So the first day is not over yet. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to roll a d6.
1.
I got a 5. Are we
Well,
each rolling one, or we're just rolling
nope.
one?
Just the encounter table. So you actually should count yourself lucky because you come across an expeditionist. This is a deep guide. That's what you would know him as. And he's just kind of this slightly disheveled man. And he's got a lantern and a pack of supplies on his back. It's like, huh.
Hey, Randall.
It's weird to see some
Yo, look at
overgrounders
this
down
map really quick. And I pull out the map.
here. And so this guy, he's a fae. He's not quite a gnome, but the fae are also known of being travelers. And in this case, this guy's just kind of got a pipe in his mouth, and he's got a lantern on a stick. And he's like, oh, huh. He walks over and he looks, and he's like, oh, I see what's going on. Okay. So he pulls out a piece of charcoal, not warm. He's just using it to draw, and he scribbles on your map a little bit. It's like, this is the tunnel you need to take. You're going to walk down probably about 20 minutes that way. Then you're going to take a sharp right, and you don't want to take a sharp left after that, but you'll actually find you can kind of turn left. There's going to be 2 paths, and then you're going to lean right, and that's how you get to this spot.
Turn left, turn right, and left again. Okay, I got it. Thanks,
so,
Randall.
So as you're kind of like gesturing, like turn left, turn right, you turn left as you do that, and you turn right, and he's gone. He just like the moment he left your field of vision, he just poofs out of existence.
Guys, was that a ghost?
No, it was Randall. Randall's a dick.
So, do we trust his help?
Yes, we trust Randall.
Can I do a magic check or an arcana check for that?
Sure.
Skill advantage is +3, right? Get a
Proficiency
skill
is.
in it.
Yeah. So
14.
14. Okay. I mean, he's a fae, so you know he probably just did weird fae magic and just dimension doored out of the way or various things like that. Fae travelers have a strong tendency to just kind of go wherever, whenever, and they don't really care about sticking around in one place any for very long at all. It's something that you've definitely seen many times before, and possibly even done yourself.
Okay, it's nothing out of the ordinary, guys.
No, typical Fae stuff. You're a Shadow Fae, he's just simply a Fae.
As I fold up the map and start heading to the directions that Randall told me, I whisper to Safine and I say, he thinks he's tricky, but he's not. He knows I could track him.
Then
roll
where'd he go?
roll me a perception check.
Oh, I have advantage on that because I can track Faye. So
Oh,
ooh, double 15s. That's pretty cool.
You have
21.
You have no idea where he went.
where'd he go, Tejan?
I point in a random direction with confidence.
Oh wow, you're
The,
so.
the direction that you point in is just me rubbing my face up against like the sides of the cave. Like, oh my god, guys, have you felt these rocks on your skin? Oh my god.
I walk away.
Alrighty, so this is gonna take a long time for you guys to travel, so I'm gonna have you just let me know who or what you're gonna do in terms of taking a watch for the night.
I'll take the first
I
watch.
volunteer for first watch.
I already said it.
I volunteer for first watch. I want the first watch.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay, you can have
Okay,
first
all
watch.
right, thank you. All right, cool, awesome, thank you. All right, I volunteer for first watch.
Alright, go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's gonna be a 23.
So you guys camped and you ate, and the fire's starting to get a little bit dim. You're taking your watch, and you notice that as the fire grows dim, all around the particular cave that you're in, you don't hear any other noises other than maybe someone snoring, like a certain halfling that you know. Um, maybe T-Gen, one of the two. It's hard to say. Um, but as the fire dims, you actually notice that the light ambience is not getting much darker. And looking around, you see that the lichen around the cave or cavern outcropping that you're in is actually luminescent, giving off lovely shades of greens and blues. Otherwise, your watch is uneventful.
I guess we didn't discuss who was gonna take the second one.
I guess I can take second watch.
Yeah. I'm just gonna assume that Safine wanted the second watch because I wanted the first watch. So I go find Safine. I'm like, hey, Safine, it's your watch. It's your watch. It's your watch. It's so exciting.
Oh, did anything happen?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll stay and watch. Good night. Then I'm just going to not stand by the fire, but kind of like patrol around the area-ish.
All right.
Um,
Let's go ahead and get a
the
perception.
bioluminescence.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say go ahead
Is
and roll a
it-
perception check.
I can do that for you right now. That's fucking awful. It's gonna be 11. Not that bad, actually.
Okay. And you were saying about the lichen?
The bioluminescence. Is it a fungus? Is it a plant?
Yeah, it's a lichen, or various lichens. They just happen to absorb what little light they get, and they retain it.
I would like to cast Speak with Plants real fast.
Sure.
And I'd like to question the plants to see if there's been any, or if there's any kind of big, stumpy, big bads around this cave that we should be worried about.
Okay. Speak with plants. How
That's with my staff. You
Gotcha.
imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day, gaining information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances.
Gotcha. So you don't really get words out of them. You simply get like a feeling, like almost like you're recounting in your mind like what they saw.
Ooh.
And you see the deep guide that you saw earlier that day happened to be walking by. And as he walked by, he actually picked off one of their neighboring lichen and just tucked it into his pocket and continued walking. Um, However, off in the distance, you see shadows. Big shadows with heavy footsteps. These were probably seen much, much earlier in the morning or in the day.
I'll kind of give them a nod, sprinkle some water on as many as I can find, and say thank you, and I just continue my watch.
Oh, okay. And the rest of your watch is uneventful. Tijen, are you going to take the last watch?
Sure.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
16.
Okay. You don't really see too much. It's a really dark cave, and by now the embers of the fire are pretty darn low. You do, however, you smell something along the lines of kind of damp and sweaty fur, but you can't place your finger on it. It smells like it was here a while back.
All right. I'm gonna take my dagger and gonna pull off some of that lichen for my alchemy.
Safine feels a squeal.
Yeah, I would immediately wake up.
Is it cool? You jerk!
What are you doing? Did you ask them if you could?
I'm ignoring her.
I'm gonna immediately go over to the part where he cut off, and I will cast these druidcraft and kind of try to regrow the murdered plants.
Well, a lichen is a type of fungus, so you either way you can encourage growth with the spell.
All plant life is sacred.
It is sacred. It's also a great nightlight. And as I put it in the vial.
And they have just
feelings. I know.
just
I
ask.
know.
Just ask before. Ask them if it's okay, and if they say no, they'll let you know.
Go back to sleep.
Oh, also, I talked to the one you just killed. He's actually very nice. He told me, or he showed me that there's things down in these caves. Big heavy footfalls and big shadows, but we never actually got a view of them. So just be careful.
I'll take that into consideration.
I'm sorry, Ted. I didn't mean for you to die this way. I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
As she turns around and goes back to sleep, I take more.
You piece of shit! We'll discuss this in the morning.
Okay, so it's morning.
Did you have fun murdering last night?
No, I didn't seem to have killed anyone as I'm like making a fire and cooking some bacon.
I thought you were gonna say cooking some mushrooms, like you fucking monster.
Certainly thinking about it now, though.
You know what would go good at this? Luminescent lichen.
Do you have fun tormenting all the druids in Grand Sarshu?
Only this one.
I'm just gonna sit down and
I'm guessing she would know that I'm an alchemist, so I take shit like this constantly.
I know, but you still need to ask. It's how would you feel if when you fucking lycanthroped out, someone just took your fucking foot without asking? Hmm?
Remember that one time when your foot did fall off and you used one of my healing potions? Guess where that came from? All right, remember
Yes,
the
but
Tomati job?
you told me not to discuss that with you anymore.
I'm just trying to make a point.
Fine, 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 fine. I'm fine.
No, you're not fine. As I turn away, start eating, chowing out my bacon, I say, "You always gonna give me shit."
Alrighty.
I go and wake everybody else up.
So you guys get up and you start moving around. Eat your morning rations, stretch out, pack up your things, and get not quite on the road, but on the cave network. Go ahead and roll me a d10 for encounters.
I'll do it this time. It's gonna be a 9.
So you grab the map out of T-Gen's pocket, start looking at it, and walking, leading the party in a direction. After walking for a little bit, you come by an outcropping with some blue and green lichen, a whole bunch of knife marks on the rocks where some had been.
Oh no. Oh no.
So you're holding it back.
Who, who, the- who wrote on this map?
I
Why
see.
is there a giant circle in here?
Is that jam in the corner?
Must be one of your fucking murdered victims. Trying to take revenge on us.
We
sorry.
all know Jeff
Sorry.
eats jam constantly. He's the one that makes the maps.
He said left, right, left, or right, left, right.
It was definitely left, right, left.
Okay. You sure?
No. And I walk away.
Me too. Okay. I'm gonna try to remember what Jeff said while he was talking to TJ and be like, okay, you take that left, then the right, then the not really sharp left, but kind of sharp left, and just try to follow that.
Roll me a d6.
4.
So you're walking around, and with the party, you start going down a new path. And I'd like you to go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh. 14, 15, 16, 17. 17.
You hear some kind of heavy footfalls.
Like heavy for my size, because like my footfalls are pretty light. Like Tejan heavy or like bigger than Tejan heavy?
Bigger than T-Gen. And you also hear the clanking of metal.
Guys, hold up. I'm gonna try to put my ear to the ground and try to listen. Don't know which direction it's coming from.
It's definitely coming from ahead. But you notice at the other end of the room that you're in right now, there's actually carved stone ahead of you. So it goes from an artificial cave system into a much more structured hallway.
Okay, guys. I hear uh, something big walking, and I can see in front of us that we're kind of going into a not cave, but like almost kind of built-in like basement type thing. Uh, be on, just be ready for anything. I'm scared.
I'm gonna. Is there any place to like kind of hide?
I mean, there's where you are, which like you're kind of across the room from what appears to be an actual like at least it looks like a normal stone door like you would find in a dwarf city or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm going to, out of fear, immediately cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us. Just out of just like, I don't want to be seen.
Okay.
Now we all have +10 to our stealth bonuses, our stealth checks.
Sweet. So what I would like everyone to do oh shoot. If you wait for just a little bit, you encounter a minotaur as it's walking. It just kind of like passes the doorway that you're facing. He doesn't really look out. He's just kind of walking along with his axe.
Does he look mean?
I draw my bow and knock an arrow.
He's big and ugly, and he can smoosh you.
There's something I do.
Guys, what do you want to do? I don't think he can see us yet, but I don't think we should. He hasn't attacked us yet. He's not inherently bad. I don't. He scares me though, but I don't. I don't want to kill him yet. What do you guys think?
I take a coin out and I flip it. I want to kill.
How loud is that? The ting of the flipping of the coin.
Pass Without
Oh.
Trace is an active spell right now. The Minotaur's not going to notice it.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so it's like, oh no.
So I guess I whisper, I want to kill him.
I'm gonna say good luck and then try to hide in the shadows.
We can sneak by him, maybe.
I mean, if
Or-
you don't want me to kill him, I won't kill him. I'm just saying that I want to kill him.
Why do you want to kill him though? What did he do to you?
Nothing. That's what the coin is for, Safine. God, why are you always so.
Not everything has to be solved with murder.
You know it can be solved with a coin flip.
A lot.
Yes?
But not murder.
Wrong.
Tejan, you're still the leader, and I'll still follow your lead, but did we take a wrong turn, do you think?
Um, it just basically the Minotaur kind of walked out of its little hole in the wall and then turned around and came back.
The doorway is a T intersection, so he was just kind of like walking along his hallway inside.
Those horns are very valuable. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna my call on this one.
Now,
Yes.
as if he was there all along. Go ahead and make a perception check.
16.
You notice right next to you
Shitty.
is a dwarven wizard that is bearing a cloak with a clasp and signet of the Scouts.
Do I know this dwarf wizard?
Yeah, you do.
What is this dwarf wizard's name?
It is Nursock.
Nerf sock or Nursock?
Nursock.
Could you type that out for me? Because there's some RP that are just about ready to happen.
N-U-R-S-O-K. Nursock.
Jesus, criminy Nursock every fucking time.
Without even being phased by it, I just go, "What's going on? What are we doing?"
Well, I went to kill this thing, but everybody's like, no, you can't decide to take a life with the coin flip.
There's a Minotaur in there, and he hasn't hurt us or attacked us yet. All life is precious. Hell again, true. But he's kind of spooky.
What do we need him for?
He's walking the same path as us, and we don't know if he's a friend or foe, and he can probably just step on me and I would die, but
Okay, look,
I don't.
I'm not the leader here. We all know Tijan's the leader because clearly he's like the most capable. Anyway, so the fact of the matter is that we have to get out of this cave like really quick, and we're all talking about what we're going to do instead of doing something. And also, the horns are worth like a lot of money, so I think that we should kill him.
Do you know what's worth a lot of money? Life is worth a lot of money.
Oh my God! I swear, if I weren't trying to shoot this guy from stealth, I would strangle you.
We'll talk about this later, I guess. But you're right. Tajan's the leader, and I'll do what he says, even if I have to kill him. I'll still do it.
DM question.
Yeah.
Have any of us traveled through these cave system before, or is this kind of like
It's been mapped out by other Scouts.
by other scouts? So we're just basically a Racksack crew trying to figure this out.
Looking at the map, you see a scribble in one of the paths that you now realize you're on, and that scribble isn't actually someone scratching things out, but he was trying to basically indicate that you're facing a Minotaur maze in front of you.
Oh.
Oh, that changes my perspective.
Well
There we
then.
go. We're going the opposite direction. Okay, character. Oh, it looks like we went the wrong way. Yeah, and I turn around and start walking the opposite direction.
Okay. Tijan, what is that Minotaur guarding, or why is he over there? Do you know? Does the map say anything?
Things I know about minotaurs as I'm walking away. They usually guard something, some high value treasure. But they never get lost in mazes. So, yes, we're going this way.
Okay. Good.
Come on, Alfie, we're going.
Oh my God, Tijan, I love you so much, but my name is Arthur, and every time you mess my name up, it really hurts my feelings. and you know how important it is for me to be liked by everyone. And like, you're the person I look up to a lot. So every time you do that, it's like really crushing.
Enough talking, Sofa. Let's
No,
go.
no, 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 no. See, no, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't understand why you. I contribute to this group. I don't know why you're treating me like this.
But I keep walking away.
Oh, okay. So it's just you're just gonna walk away. Okay, that's fine. Cause maybe I'm not so nice like Sophie. Like, oh, every life's precious. Cause hey, Tijin, stop walking, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. Tijin, please. Tijin, come on.
It's
Ignore
okay,
her.
Alpha. It's okay, Alpha. We can get through this still.
Well, yeah, I know we're gonna get through it. I just, I don't understand why he's just being so mean to me. I don't.
Back when I was in school, they said when the plants
Oh my
ignore you,
God,
it
you're
means they
so
like you.
boring. And I just walk past her.
Well, fuck.
Oh man.
I'm dying.
Oh god, I fucking love this.
I
So
love this chemistry.
now that you've identified the fact that you were looking at a Minotaur labyrinth, you make your way back onto the right track. So, night 2. Can I get some perception checks?
I volunteer for first watch.
I had watch last night, so I'm gonna sleep tonight. And plus, I
Seven.
was awakened very rudely.
17. And that's a lie. I woke you up so.
No, not you, not you. Tejan was murdering plants again. Yup.
I'll do a watch.
Okay. So looking around the room, you've got some stalagmites and some stalactites, and you're just kind of nestled into a just kind of like a little half circle of them. Are you doing anything during your watch?
I am just going to play with the one earring that I have on and just like kind of flicking it. Just kind of flicking it. Just
Okay.
kind of looking around.
What was your perception again?
17.
Gotcha. So you notice that some of the stalactites that are above your head don't actually come all the way down to a point. And along with that, there's no rocks on the ground that would indicate they've broken off and fallen down.
Can I make a survival on rocks?
Mm-hmm. This is kind of your wheelhouse because it doesn't seem
Yeah.
they're made of rock.
Oh, nat 20.
Looking up above, you get a closer view squinting into the dark, and you realize that these two stalactites that are above you don't come down into one point, they come down into a whole bunch of points that look remarkably like teeth. As you look up, you feel a wet splash on your forehead.
Ooh.
Huh. Fun. Do I have the option to make an action?
Once you make a dex saving throw.
13.
You narrowly avoid two arms from the side, kind of grasping down and trying to grab you. What action are you gonna take?
Are these things still on the ceiling? Where are the arms coming from?
They protruded out from the sides of it.
Ah, got you. So I take my bone off. My bone. I take my bow out
Hey.
and immediately infuse. Hold on, I'm scrolling through my sheet right now. It's weird going back to the old stuff. With some force damage to shoot a bursting arrow at one of them.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Uh, 20 total.
Definitely hits.
So, is the other one 10 feet next to it? Within 10 feet?
Yeah.
So this one's going to take, the first one that I hit is going to take the full damage plus 2d6, and the one 10 feet of it just takes 2d6 damage. So let me roll that up. So 16 force damage on the main target,
Okay.
and then 9 damage on the second one.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll initiative. Are you waking everyone else up?
If they didn't hear this arrow explode, then they deserve to die.
Alright, everyone, make a DC 8 perception check.
That one.
Oh, I definitely heard it.
If you got lower than an 8, bonuses included, you sleep through it.
That one.
12.
I'm just snoring through this whole thing.
I'm sleeping through it.
What the fuck?
Okay. So everyone who did wake up, go ahead and give me your initiative, please. 12.
13 for me.
13. Alright, top of the list. Afa. You got your first shot off, and you are already ready for your next action. What are you going to do?
I hate these. These are the worst. And I just normal arrows this time. I'm going to attack twice on the one that I was attacking initially.
Alright. Then roll to attack.
17 plus 9 to hit. I'm assuming that hits.
Will, yeah.
I can't count that high. Okay. It's 11 points of piercing damage for shot number 1.
Which one are you attacking?
The first one that I launched that arrow into.
Gotcha.
Number 2. Oof. 19 on dice.
That hits.
Hell yeah, 7. 13 points of piercing damage for the second shot.
Alrighty.
And then I am going to move slightly out of the way of these arms or at least the best that I can tell out of the distance that they can grab me.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
It does.
Alrighty. Ursoc, you have been awoken by an arrow above you that just kind of exploded.
I'm going to do a perception check and take in my surroundings.
You, despite being of short stature yourself, see a couple of gangly arms and a writhing mass up above you guys.
Can I determine what it is, or is it just kind of wiggling arms?
You have dark vision, right?
I think so.
You're a dwarf. I think you have dark
Yes.
vision. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you see basically what looks like a giant mouth with a tongue and a couple of arms coming by to or hanging down trying to grasp at things.
Okay, gotcha.
And believe me, it's a big ugly mouth. What would you like to do?
All right, I am going to cast Witch Bolt. Why not?
Alright. And which bolt is the witch bolt?
A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of light between you and the creature. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage. And on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside of the spell's range, or if it has total cover from me.
Alright. Go ahead and make that ranged spell attack.
All right, I'm actually going to cast this at second level.
Alright.
20 total.
That'll hit.
I'll find my D12 real quick. Give me a second.
You swallowed your mic.
Oh, I said I was just looking for my D12 at the moment. Nine for the first roll and 11 for the second roll.
For damage? Both to the same target?
Yes.
9 and 11. Alrighty. Does that end your turn?
Yep, that'll take my turn.
Alright, next up on initiative, T-Gen.
Alright, so I definitely heard the arrow shoot, and I wake up with the start. And how close is the creature to me?
Not within melee range, but you could. It's basically right above you.
How high is it?
I would say about 15 feet. It's got long arms, though.
So are the arms attackable?
You could probably try and swing at them, yeah.
Okay, I am going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and write my weapon with fire. So I take 7 points of damage from that. As I cut myself against my scythe, and then I'm gonna rush up to the arms and then make 2 swings to it. And I say, as a free action, Alfie, what are these?
Am I allowed to respond?
Yep.
Fuck you, Tejan. That's not my name.
The first attack was a 12.
Misses.
Yeah. These dice suck. Second attack, 18.
And that one will hit.
Cool. 10. Ooh. 11. 11 for the. Give me a second. 11 for the slashing damage. And. I'll try. Doesn't say. It doesn't say. Wow. Oh, okay. Is it really just 4 damage? Could have sworn it was more. I'm just gonna roll a d4. 4 points of cold damage.
Okay, it was 11 and 4.
Yep. I'm gonna double check that though. I'm pretty sure it's higher, but 4 is fine.
Okay.
And then I will end my turn.
So in shouting at Alpha, Tijen wakes up Restir and Safine. Or sorry, yeah, Restir and Safine. That said, the creatures themselves are going to make their attacks. And so the first one is going to be attacking Alpha, since it was kind of the first target. He makes 16 to hit.
That's my AC.
Alright. You are grappled. And actually lifted up off the ground. And then it's going to try and take a bite out of you. That is a 7 to hit, so it definitely misses. You squirm and it tries to fumble with, or it fumbles around with you. And it can't quite get the bite that it wants, especially with the other action going on. Okay. The other one is going to attack Tijin. 21 to hit.
Yep.
Alright, does the same thing. It just like reaches down, scoops you up, and tries to take a big gnawing bite out of you. And that is a 23 to hit. So I'm assuming it does hit. Alright. I need to pull out some dice for damage. If I can find them all. $16, 18 piercing damage as it takes a big bite out of your shoulder.
Okay.
that's about what it can do. Yep. Alrighty. Safine and Restier, go ahead and roll initiative. Let's get you in on this.
I'm still, even though with the nat 1, I'm waking up.
And you woke up when Tijin shouted.
Alright, cool.
Oof. 3.
Oh, 7.
Couple of sleepy boys.
Do we need to roll initiative for my Iron Defender too? Do I need to roll another one?
That's a companion of some sort.
I have a companion that's like a mechanization.
Okay. Yeah, if you wanna activate it and roll initiative on it.
Okay, that one got 12.
Okay. So, Afa. Your turn.
There's a disadvantage to shots within 5 feet, right?
I believe so, yes.
Is that a thing? Okay.
I'm gonna go with yes. You're using a bow, so it's a lot harder. It's like if you were using a firearm or like something like that, or a crossbow, it's say maybe different. But a bow is two-handed, and you're being grappled. So disadvantage makes sense to me.
Okay. I once won a duel on pure luck that I was supposed to lose. So let's fire a fucking arrow into its gaping maw.
Hell
Because
yeah.
Tijin won't say my fucking name right, and I know he knows what the fuck my name is. So, first attack. It's going to be a. Shit, I almost got it. 19.
19 will hit.
Twelve points of piercing damage.
As you fire your bow straight into the mouth of this creature, its arms just kind of go limp and drop you. Take a d4 of falling damage. You're only dropping like 12 feet, so.
All right. Is it dead?
Yep. Pretty much.
What does pretty much mean?
It's dead, yes.
I'm going to take my bow and Tijin. And I'm going to say, Tijin, what's my name?
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna cast a reaction feather fall to slow his fall so he wouldn't take any damage.
Not around your turn yet, unfortunately.
Oh, it's a reaction, so that's what I was wondering.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that just to save him.
All right.
Thank you, Nurse Hawk. Tijin, what's my name? I have my bow drawn, ready to take my next shot at the creature holding.
So it is Nurse Hawk's turn,
Yep.
and then it's Tijin's.
Oh, I can't reply yet?
You can.
Okay. I don't have time for games, Ulfie.
I'm going to take a shot at Tijin.
Oh.
Oh!
Cool.
Oh fuck.
Is
That's
that
gonna
a
be,
fuck? Oh, I hit.
that's gonna be a no. It's not a 20. No, it's a 13.
Oh, misses.
Oh,
Uh,
man.
Action Surge.
Oh my god. What are you
Tijin,
doing?
what's my
Yeah, there's still one of those things up there.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
This time,
Are you firing at him because the creature has him and just
No,
took
I'm
it?
firing at him because he won't say my name.
Alpha hit the target.
Oh my god, was that really like so hard? Like I don't understand why. And I just start firing off arrows. So I'm gonna make 2 shots at the thing holding him. First one is a nat 20.
Oh, I'm gonna say this. There is a for this character for Alpha. He's gonna always get her name wrong 7 times before he says it right.
18. First shot's 18 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
2 is a 15 to hit.
15 will miss.
Oh, first one was good. And that will end my.
Okay. As you end your turn, I'd like you to go ahead and make a perception check.
20 total.
So you notice that the arms of the creature that just dropped you, they're already long and kind of like sunk down to the floor, but you notice its elbow joint kind of like passing by your vision, going downward. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw.
Oh, it's gonna be a 6. 6.
The creature's grip on the ceiling has loosened and it drops down, and you are now inside this thing's mouth. It is still dead, but you are effectively inside its maw because it fell down on top of you. Take a d6 of bludgeoning.
Ooh, 1. Wait, you should roll that, right? Because you're doing the damage.
I was kind of treating it as a trap, but yeah. 1.
Oh, shit. All right then. Dice don't
So,
lie, huh?
Yeah, so you are now wearing a monster as a hat, sort of. A full body hat that's slimy and toothy. Okay, next up,
Sick.
Nursok.
All right, you said one of those things is still alive?
Yes. It is currently holding your squad captain. Or your squad leader.
Alrighty then. Let's go for a witch bolt, but first level.
Alright, go ahead and roll the attack.
18.
18 will hit.
Oh, that +8 is really coming in handy. That was a 10. And that was a 12.
Alrighty, 12 damage it is. T-Gen, your turn.
it's still alive.
Yep.
I'm guessing I'm like wrapped up and I can't move.
Yeah, I mean, it's got 2 big gangly arms and claws, and it's got you grappled and suspended up into the air. Being up so close, you can see that it definitely does have visible wounds on it.
Okay, since I'm just grappled, I can still attack, right?
Yep.
Okay. First swing. 17.
That'll hit.
Okay. And I just on my character sheet, my right damage is actually 6. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks. 4 slashing and 1 cold. Oh, I'm not. Sorry, I didn't add that plus 5. So 9 slashing, 1 cold. And then for my second attack, that definitely hits. Plus 8, 20 something.
That'll hit.
Ten slashing, 1 cold.
And that will kill it. Please describe how you end up.
I severed the arm first to let me
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And as I'm coming down, going from the joint of the arm, I'm just pulling down with the scythe.
Just bifurcating the arm.
Yes,
Gotcha.
as I drop down.
All right. And as you land, go ahead and make a dex save throw.
13.
As you gracefully step out of the way, and the creature just like slumps to the ground.
Nice.
Looking around you, you see everyone seems to be in one piece except off who is missing.
Did I see the creature engulfs her?
No, you were a little bit occupied.
Has anyone seen Alfie? Do you know where she went?
Uh, uh, no, I'm still waking up. No, no. I want to look around. Do I see, um, the 2 corpses of the things they just murdered without asking if they were trying to kill us or not?
Yeah, I mean there's a couple of bodies of weird lumpy creatures. And gangly arms.
Uh, Afa, are you? Can you hear us? Are you there?
I don't really understand. I don't really just say it. Do the best I could. I don't understand if you can even say the name.
I go towards the sound, and I'm guessing I hear it coming from the one of the corpses, right?
Yeah.
I do a
It's really more of a squish, 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 squish.
yeah.
The creature looks like stone, but it's not.
You know, and I really don't care if you're in this dirty. I'm not really a dirty person. Like all my other like Genasi friends are dirty, and I just don't really.
Alfie, don't worry. I'll get you out of there. And I'm going to hybrid transfer arm and try to lift the creature off.
Actually, I have an idea. I was going to use shape water and then freeze it into a 5-foot cube, like underneath slowly, so that way it's like a jacker lifts up, so that way they can squeeze underneath. Would that work?
Do you have water to freeze?
I do.
Hey, if you'd like to do it that way, it might be difficult to have enough water to do so, but yeah.
I think we should just let Tejan do it just because it'd be a little bit faster. And
Alright. Either way.
we need to save our water because you never know when we'll find water again, you know? Unless you have me because I have unlimited water because I'm just that awesome.
Either way. Suit yourself.
As I transform into myself, I try to fucking lift this up.
You
Everyone knows that I'm a Lycan.
Gasp.
Yes.
you easily just tip the creature over and off of Alpha.
I kick him square right in the fucking.
Roll a hit, motherfucker.
With, yeah, so 17.
Oh, that hits.
And I just walk away.
All right.
Tejan?
Uh,
Tejan. More importantly,
Revert back.
did you ask if you could kill these things?
I lift up a finger and I point at her general direction and I go, not right now.
I don't want to say Karma's a bitch, but Karma's a bitch.
I use prestidigitation to get all the what's it called off of me?
Saliva.
Innards. I refuse to be dirty, okay? Refuse.
Alpha, why were you rubbing your face against the rocks earlier?
Because they feel good, okay? Have you ever rubbed your face against rocks?
Yes, I have. They're sharp.
Well, then you found the wrong rocks.
Can I search the
need-
creatures?
You need any healing? I can help you if you're hurt.
Please.
I'm
No,
sorry, I wasn't talking to you.
I'm fine. I'm not hurt at all, honey. Thank you.
Okay, just making sure.
Thanks.
What were you gonna say, Nursak?
I was gonna go search the creatures to see if there's anything salvageable from them, anything that looks like it's worth anything or anything.
Before you do that, please ask them if they're okay with you taking anything off their corpse. Because even though, yes, they are dead, and yes, they did try to kill us, they are still a precious life who has a will of its own.
The dead are dead; they don't matter.
That's what you think, and that's why you're gonna die a sad, lonely person.
And no one will care about me once I'm
I
dead, so it
I
doesn't
flip
matter.
the coin. You know, I gotta admit, I agree with her.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank the coin, darling.
Okay.
I get up and I go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm good. And I start shuffling towards the dwarf and remove my dagger. And I'm gonna try to harvest this, regardless of what the gnome says.
Oh, what gnome? I'm a halfling.
Halfling,
Thank you.
whatever, same thing.
I've known you for so fucking long.
How many points of damage did I take from that nut shot?
Roll a d6.
2.
2? Okay. Let me just add that.
I mean, you're gonna finish up your rest after this, anyways.
Yeah, but it's still fun. That would be great if it knocked me out.
Fucking sweet crit. 2 attacks, action surge, all crits.
Be like an X-ray from Mortal Kombat.
That's an anime scene if I ever heard one.
No shit.
I go to Tijan and go, "Hey, Tijan, so what does Elfo have against you?"
I look back and I whisper, I don't understand. Alfie is so... I don't... Oh.
Alrighty, so you wanted to harvest off of this? I would say.
Yeah, since I'm an alchemist, I want to see if these. Would I know this type of creature? Since I'm a hunter, that's my job usually is to hunt the giant.
Do you tend to hunt in the underground?
Wherever they want me to hunt. That's
That's
the whole point of this class. Is they're kind of like monster hunters. They
okay. Yeah,
search and shit.
go ahead and make a survival check.
15.
No,
50.
I mean it doesn't surprise you that this type of creature is in here, but you don't know what exactly it is by name.
All right, then I'll try to get the claws and teeth.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can harvest enough, and looking at it, it might make some good arrowheads, or maybe you could fashion the teeth into like part of a scale mail type of thing going on. They seem to be decently hard, probably due to the sheer amount of rocks around here, rocks and minerals.
Okay.
And it's probably not enough to make like a full suit of armor, but you could definitely weave it in with enough stuff for other stuff.
All right. So how many pounds would I have gotten of claws?
2 to 3.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm getting dirty looks from Southing and the other
Oh,
one.
fucking Silithane and fucking Alfalfa, huh? Okay.
You guys already know I'm terrible with your fucking names, so
And
please
we are
bear
going
with
to
me.
use it to our RP advantage, you
Goddamn
fucking
right.
peasant.
No, when he said he has to say it 7 times, reminds me of that guy from Austin Powers who can't stand to be asked the same question 3 times.
No.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, continuing your rest. The rest of the evening is uneventful, if a bit smelly from the corpses of these creatures. Next morning, any particular activity?
I'm going to cast Mold Earth and make a little mini turtle and leave it where our camp was.
Okay.
I'm going to use my alchemy jug and make some basic poison.
Gotcha. Any other activities?
I'm going to write in my journal.
Describing all the social injustices you have found in the world.
And also talking about how the dead don't deserve, or how the lucky they are, and how I'm jealous of the creature that we just murdered.
Wow. See, that's the difference between an edgelord and an emo kid.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Someone roll me a d10.
Alpha, you want to do this one? Or not? How about Nursock?
Yeah, I'll do it. And that was a 10.
You rolled a 10?
I did.
So this time Nurse Hawk grabs the map, looks at it, rotates at 90 degrees one way, rotates at 90 degrees the other way, and starts walking. And walking. And walking. Turn here. Turn there. And you encounter an alcove with a couple of corpses and a turtle made of stone.
Well, fuck.
Can I please just do that? I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag. I really don't want to brag. But I'm actually really good at this. So can I have the map, please?
All right. Calm down, Elfo. Here you go.
I will fucking kill you, you small little short wizard. I snatched the map out of his hand.
I'm sorry. I thought that was your name. What is your name? Because it sounds like Tijan keeps calling you Elfo.
You know my fucking name, Nursok, okay? Don't play with me.
I just kind of giggle a little bit and okay.
If I go ahead and roll me a d6 with disadvantage.
Three.
All right. You're able to get back on track and make some progress. You pick up on the landmarks and you keep going, and you think that you're about 2/3 of the way. This night at camp, uneventful. So go ahead and get me another d10, please.
I'll do this one.
I got it.
Okay.
4.
Alrighty. You are actually getting pretty close to the end. You're getting a clearer understanding of the map scribbles. That's not to say you guys are not grumbling about how poorly drawn the map is, but you know, the guy who wrote it in the first place probably was not hired to be an artist. Go ahead and rest for the night. Let's go ahead and get a watch.
I volunteer for first watch.
I'll
do it.
take second.
I volunteer for first watch.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
15.
You don't notice anything. And at the same time, it's kind of eerily quiet. Go ahead and give me a perception on the next watch.
Okay. Is there any fungus or anything around me?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's gonna be a 10.
You also don't notice anything in particular. I'd like you to go ahead and pass to the next perception check, the next watch for the night.
I'll go wake Nursok up. Nursok.
Oh, what?
It's
Something
your
attacking us?
watch.
What? Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yep,
Okay,
I'm going to bed now. Good night.
Oh, wait. Did you notice anything?
No. It's a little quiet, but nothing too bad.
Nurse, go ahead and make a perception check.
19 on die. Let me look at my perception. +3, so 21, right? Yeah. 22.
You notice that Restier and his robot are wrapped up in webs, suspended upside down, and just kind of hanging there asleep.
Hey, you didn't notice anything? Really? I poke him. Kick him.
What? What?
You unperceptive little asshole. Look up. And I quietly wake everyone else up.
Oh, pray. Oh, God. Oh, Grand Sharshu. Okay. Nobody panic. I can fix this.
Roll perception.
10 again.
Roll initiative.
Fuck. 6.
So Safine rolls a 6. Ursak rolls. Okay, so we've got a 20. Ursak rolls a 17. Restier is out for the night. He had to go deal with something. And Papa's got an 18. Alrighty, Safine, you are struck by the realization that not only did you miss something, you missed something else as well. The fact that there's a rather sticky substance attached to your hair.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Does a 15 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You are restrained by webbing, and it seems like every time you tug on it, trying to get it off, a little bit more gets on you until you, like, are suddenly quite thoroughly wrapped up. Go ahead and make a DC 15 strength check.
That's a 19 on dice. Fuck yeah. So 18.
Alrighty. You finally find a weak point in the webbing, and you're able to get yourself free. So next up in the initiative is gonna be T-Gen.
He broke free or she broke free?
Yes.
I did.
Okay. What do I see? All I see is the other person get wrapped up, and then I saw him or her get lifted up by some webbing.
Yep. You see a bunch of spooters.
Bunch of spooters.
Yes.
How close is the nearest spooter as I right my weapon?
Oh, it's on the wall about 5 feet above Safine.
Oh, good thing I have a good jump. Okay. So 7 damage. I'm going to swing at it if I'm able to.
Alright.
Does a 17 hit?
17 will most definitely hit.
Alright, this is fire, by the way. Not bad. Oh, that's really good. +5. I can't think. 14 slashing, 3 fire.
Alright, is your weapon magical?
Yes, it's considered magical. And it's a
Okay.
+2.
Gotcha. How much was the fire and how much was the slashing?
The slashing was 14 and the fire was 3.
Gotcha. Alrighty. That your turn?
I got one more attack.
Okay.
That's definitely hits. 26.
26 will hit.
10 slashing, 4 fire.
Okay, that your turn?
Yep.
Alright, next down the list, Alpha.
How many spiders are there?
3. They're big, black, and they look like they're almost oozing shadow.
Are they all within 10 feet?
What was that?
Are they all within 10 feet of each other?
2 of them are.
I'm going to aim at one of those 2 and launch another bursting arrow.
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack.
16 on dice, +9 to hit.
That hits.
13 piercing. Another 9 force to both.
Okay. So the spider that was above Safine's head just kind of explodes.
I'm going to aim my second shot at the one that's still living.
Alright.
That is a 15 plus 9. Jesus, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I can't help it. So whatever that is.
That hits.
Oh, that sucks. 9 points of piercing damage.
Gotcha. That your turn?
That'll be it.
Alright, Nursak, your turn.
So there's 2 living.
There are 2 spiders. They're a little bit ways away from each other, but basically one was kind of like crawling into the alcove, and the other was closer to you and Safine.
Oh, okay, but they're more than 15 feet apart from each other.
Yeah, a little bit more than 15.
Oh, okay. Then I will not do that. Why not? Let's do Mind Spike on the spider that's closest.
Alright, go ahead and roll it.
Actually, they must make a Wisdom saving throw of 14.
I can do that. Just one of them?
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna make that save.
Alright, then it's going to take 3d8 psychic damage.
Alright, you gonna roll that or me?
I will. So that was 14 total psychic damage.
Sounds good. Is that your turn?
Yep, that'll end my turn.
Okay, so that spider is actually going to turn to you, being it's relatively close to you, and it's going to, as it moves, it's less like a crawling spider and more like it's just kind of like sliding. It's really weird and disconcerting to see. And he is going to take a bite out of you. Or at least he's going to try. Does a 13 hit?
It does.
Alright. So that is going to be 13 piercing damage and 1 necrotic.
Alrighty.
The other spider
Not
is
poison, right?
not poison, necrotic. It's made of shadow stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Being up close to it, you can see it's made of shadow stuff. It's not entirely tangible. Alright, the other spider's gonna drop off the ceiling that it was crawling in on, and it's going to try and take a bite out of Alpha. And that is a crit. I'm sorry.
I'm going to do, as a reaction, I'm doing Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
And what's that do?
It makes it have disadvantage on the roll as I take damage from it, from my blood pack.
Okay.
Called Blood Maledict.
And you're allowed to use that as an interrupt?
As a reaction, yes.
Wow, that is something. Is there any statement as to whether or not you're supposed to do that before the result of the roll is known?
No, it just says it happens as a reaction.
Gotcha. Okay. So, it's still gonna hit. And that is gonna be 6 piercing and 4 necrotic. This slithering creature just kind of comes up to you, and its claws, it moves, its feet move very spider-like, but its movement is like weirdly smoothed out, like it's half liquid. That would be Safine's turn.
Okay, well, I've been thinking this entire time, and I just kind of realized I didn't give myself any attack spells, so that's fun.
But it totally sounds like her character, though.
No, it's all like very druidy and peace, love, and earth shit, but I can't fucking defend myself. I can do this at least. All right, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on the Morpheus morphing whooshy whoosh one,
That would be
if I
both of
can.
them.
That'd be both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah, I will. They need to make a DC 14 dex save.
Okay. They succeed.
Well, fuck. All right. Bonus action cry. That's all I
Cry
can
is a free action, not a bonus.
do. Oh, is it? Oh, fuck yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna continually cry and then bonus action cry some more.
Alright, Tiajen, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go to is the one that's next to me still alive?
There's one next to Nursok, and there's one next to Alpha.
Alright, I'll head to Alfie. And then strike at it. Ooh, that's a 19. That definitely hits. So, 13 slashing, 1 fire. Does a 19 hit?
19 will hit.
It does, gross. 7 slashing, 6 fire. And that's all I'm going to do.
Alrighty. Alpha, your turn.
Am I grappled?
You're not grappled. It just
Fantastic.
kind of like slithered / crawled / glided up to you and took a big bite out of you.
Hmm. Fuck, I'm a lucky kind of guy. So, or girl, whatever. I'm going to make a fucking disadvantage attack at close range with my bow.
Oh Jesus.
13.
That hits exactly.
Fuck me. All right. 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second attack. That is going to not hit. That was a 2.
All right. Next up is Nurse Hawk.
Alrighty. What'd they call it? All right. I'm going to look at the spider creature right in front of me, blow it a kiss, and then use benign transportation to get the hell away from it.
Gotcha. Are you swapping places with anyone or just jumping away?
Just jumping away.
Okay. So, I guess Safine would be the closest person who's paying attention to it. You just see Nurse Hawk kind of blow a kiss and then poof! And he appears a little ways away, probably behind T-Gen.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath at 2nd level on myself. And I will use fire.
Alright. Sounds good.
And that'll end my turn.
Gotcha. Alright, these spiders are going to attack you guys again. We will start with Afa.
I'm going to use my luck to impose disadvantage.
Alright. Does an 18 hit?
With disadvantage? Yeah, that definitely is.
Alright. So that's 5 piercing, 2 necrotic.
All right.
And against Nurse Hawk, 19 to
I'm
hit.
not around.
Oh, sorry. Against Safine, 19 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 7 piercing, 4 necrotic.
Ouch.
And that loops us back to the top of T-Gen.
Yeah. 1 hit combo. Uh, 20 non-natural.
That hits. They have a 13 AC. They're really weak.
12 slashing, 5 fire. Yeah, that hits. 18 die.
You're attacking the one next to Alpha.
Yeah.
Okay. As you rip your scythe through it, it just splorts and dissipates
Was that from the second attack? From the first?
from the first.
Okay, then I'm gonna move to the other one
Okay.
with my 40 feet of movement, then swing at it. You want me to re-roll for that swing?
How much was the hit?
The second hit was 18
Yeah, that
on the
hits.
damage die. Okay, and then 11 slashing and 5 fire.
That one also splurts. And so these shadow spiders, they're quite literally made out of shadow stuff, and so there's pretty much nothing left after you kill them. It's just they dissipate, and it's like they just kind of seep away as light extinguishes them.
This has been a shit show.
Yay! We win.
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
was kind
kicking
of
the shit out of the spider that was next to me.
a rough night's sleep for you guys.
Okay. Who besides me is hurt?
Yeah, I am a little bit, but not bad.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself. I'm gonna choose at second level. So it's 2d4 plus 3 for myself.
All right. If you guys want to take like an extra short rest to
Wow,
kind of
fuck me.
to top yourselves off before you set out, you
I
can
do.
do that. And for that, go ahead and spend hit dice that you want to spend. Alright, so everyone is kind of well on their way out of the cave system. You've found the appropriate path. And that was, you're about on average, thankfully, because the deep guide helped you, and then you were able to figure out and get on a roll. You were able to avoid being too lost. You eventually exit the cave system. As you exit, it is daylight outside. You can see and verify the fire is still raging, but there's clouds coming in, and they're keeping it from spreading. But the fire is definitely still going. As noted, the the fire was mostly kept fueled by elementals, and so the weather alone won't extinguish it, but they're at the very least keeping the flames contained. From here, you're on the inside edge of the eastern forest, and it's only a couple of days' journey to the capital city. You can actually just about see it from where you are. It's a pretty straightforward journey through some farmland, and we'll go ahead and wrap up saying that you made it to the city. It's a walled city with an aqueduct running into it from the northwest, and a lot of hustle and bustle. From here, you can't quite see the towers. You know where they are. I'm checking to see. You have your letter to the magistrate, and you just need to arrange for an audience with him to deliver it. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here for the night, and we will continue at some point in the future. This particular story is going to be released later and out of sequence, as it corresponds with some other events that will be happening as well in the main story. So you're actually listening to this, well, probably much later in our future. So, everyone, have yourselves a lovely evening, and we hope you enjoyed. If anyone wants to go ahead and give an exit goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Later, my dudes.
Oh boy.
Nursock says sweet dreams.
Take care, good night, good stories, and here's looking to more.